Shalom. We are the real Hebrew Israelites. We come out every week to prophesy the downfall of this kingdom, America, which is called the daughter of Babylon in the Bible, and to tell you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that you are the Lord's chosen people. On this sign, the 12 lost tribes of Israel. We want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone Camps for teaching us the truth of the Bible. Peace and mercy to the brothers around the world pushing this truth.
There's a lot of Israelites out there scattered around the world, looking like many different nations, and we're trying to wake them up. So what's on the news today? The gold is going up, dollar's going down. What else is going on? All that nuclear blast, or what was it?
Yeah.
Like a laser beam?
Yeah, there was an explosion in Peru. You know, some say it was fireworks. You know, but it might have been an attack. You know, because there's a video where you can see a missile, you know, shooting down.
There was some sort of nuclear blast.
So that could be brewing up for World War III.
What's your lesson going on?
About Cain and warfare.
Yes, definitely.
So since we're talking about war, you know, I want to talk about weapons and you know, spiritual warfare. You know, because the first one who committed a crime, who committed war, was Cain. You know, so we're gonna get it. It's in Genesis.
Let me get this first. All right. This is important too. So why are we talking about war? War is important because if you want to know the Lord, you got to know about his modi operandi, the way he operates. So, and this will tie into to my lesson. So this is Exodus 15 and verse 3. The Lord is a man of war. Yahweh is his name. Now you see how I said that? Because both times it says Yahweh, but I had to read it like that. Because sometimes it'll say Lord, and it'll mean titles. Because Esau is Lord too. He's the Lord of war.
Yeah.
And of death.
Yeah.
And of sin.
That's right.
So the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, is a man of war. Yahweh is his name.
Yeah.
Now where'd you want to go? Genesis what?
Genesis 4 and 8.
The early books. Genesis 4 and 8. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him.
So this was the first time that there was war, you know, that there was murder.
A crime.
That's right. He committed a crime and he got a punishment. You know, the Most High, he gave him a punishment, but he gave him a punishment for life, you know?
For eternity, actually.
For eternity, you know?
Man, would like to go? What was that? 64? Genesis 4 and 9. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper?
So right there, he didn't even like his brother, you know? He said, what am I supposed to be looking after my brother? But that's a commandment from the Most High, that we're supposed to love our brother, you know? But Cain, he had a spirit inside of him to where
He hated his brother.
that's right. You know, he had that hatred in his spirit.
And it's going to continue on for generations.
Yeah.
Because even Esau had that hate for his brother.
That's right. Yep, because it said Esau hated his brother for life too. You know.
Now I'm going to read it the right way. Genesis 4 and 9. And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? That's a damn liar right there.
That's a lie right there. And to lie means the word devil.
That's a sin too, huh? So, hey, that's a sin. Lying is a sin.
If someone's lying, we could just call them a devil, you know?
Well, that's what they used to do in court.
That's exactly what they are.
That's what they used to do in court back in the early 1900s.
Just like on that movie Friday. Remember that midget? He's all, damn devil.
That's right. Damn devil.
Because why? Because somebody was sleeping with his wife, you know?
Yeah, that's a sin. Verse 10. And he said, well, but first of all, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai came down from the heavens just to speak with Cain.
Yep.
Talking about, he asked him a question. He asked him a question already knowing the answer. He said, where's your brother? Where's your brother Abel? And Cain, being the wicked man that he is, just lied to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai's face and said, basically he said, I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper?
That was just a test, you know?
Is this guy really that wicked?
Yeah.
Yes. And he's around here right now. His spirit is dwelling inside people right now. Just like the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is dwelling in people right now. And you can see them suffering. You can see them having a good old time. They don't even know what's coming.
Yeah, you can see that they're relaxed, you know?
Not ready for what's coming.
But they don't know that war's going on right now, you know?
Yeah, well, China, speaking of war, China made a comment saying the United States better watch how they treat this relationship between China and the United States.
There was a video on RT News that there could be World War III in 3 months.
3 months. Now let's count that. August, September, October, November. Now what have you been saying?
Things are happening fast this year because
It's the year of prophecy.
year of prophecy.
Prophecy is what Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is all about. And that prophecy has to happen. Because
We're making it happen ourselves by coming out here.
that's why we come out here. We got to come out here and prophesy no matter what's going on in our lives.
Even if we look dumb, to people, you know?
Yeah. Even if we look dumb,
We
but
look
guess
like
what?
fools. We look like fools out here.
Yes,
you
yes
know?
sir. But
But the scripture said that's how we would be. That's how we would look.
so the Lord says you're going to look to like fools to these people, but guess what? You're going to be rulers of the universe.
Right?
You know, I've been thinking a lot, but meditating a lot, not purposely, on getting my powers. Before I used to be like, you know, I'm going to be like Goku. And then now I understand what it's really going to be like. I'll be able to take the air, the oxygen out of my enemy's lungs. Or freeze that oxygen, turn it into ammonia. Man, that's power. Make the trees bend.
That's right. A lot of brothers, they've been having dreams too. You know, they've been posting up videos about dreams.
And I've been thinking about Leviathan too.
A brother did a video on Leviathan.
Oh yeah, how he saw him, he was so jumpy.
He was bigger than Godzilla. Godzilla had nothing on Leviathan.
And just imagine that. Woo! But, you know, I have a feeling that we're gonna see him. We're gonna check him out, and we're gonna be, you know how you pick up a baby and stuff like that. It'll be like he's gonna be this big, but you can still be a petting him. Because that's the how Ba'Shem Yahushai's pet.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Imagine bringing that to war. A Leviathan. Let me read that in 9 or 10.
Read 9 and then 10.
Genesis 4 and 9. And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground.
So when he killed him, you know, whatever he used, the blood that spilled out cried to the Most High, you know?
You know how they interrogate you in the movies or like in real life, the police officers do? Like, look, we got evidence. He was, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua was testing him, like the brother said, and he straight up lied to his face. 2 crimes now. Well, actually 3, because he said, am I my brother's keeper? He denounced his brother, lied to the Lord, committed murder.
Because that blood still had a spirit in it, you know? You know?
Yeah. Like
because
this.
example too is like when you have a house and they say you build a house on top of a cemetery, right? There's still spirits, you know, under there because there's things that go on in that house, you know. So whatever happened, you know, whether somebody got killed, you know, the blood's still crying out, you know, because things happen in that house.
Or if a house was used to do witchcraft, practice witchcraft there, that spirit will still remain there. And there's these Edomites, so-called white man,
you got to drive out that spirit
that live right next to my house, and they're acting like that all crazy and shit. I had to tell them motherfuckers, get the fuck off my yard. The little kids.
on your yard.
Well, yeah, they were barely stepping up, but I said, hey, get off my yard. And then this motherfucker's, he lies, right? So he told his brother, I wasn't even on his yard. But he told me to get off. Because they were pulling shit down, they're pulling things down from the tree, destroying the trees. Look at that.
See,
But,
a lot of people lie, you know. And Apostle Tahar said too, he went into it was a big building, you know, and he had to go inside that big, I don't know how many stories it was, but he had to exorcise that whole building of evil spirits.
oh yeah.
You know?
We're talking about spirits. Let's look up spirits. There's spirits. Okay, so we got the definition of spirit. That part of a person's being thought of as the center of life, the will, thinking, feeling, and part of man that survives death.
So that spirit that was in Cain, you know, when Cain died, that spirit went to the Most High. But our spirit, it comes back, you know?
Goes up and comes back.
Comes back into another body.
Like that, boom. So, you know, there's a couple of scriptures in here, but I just wanted to get that definition. So, want me to go to verse 11?
Yeah.
This is Genesis 4 and 11, and the word Genesis means beginning. Barashiath, beginning. 4 and 11. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which had opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand.
So it says right here, Cain is cursed from the earth. That means he's cursed from the earth forever. You know, if someone says you're cursed from the earth, is there a way that he could not be cursed? Nuh-uh. The Most High told him, you're cursed from the earth.
And there's a whole list of curses in Deuteronomy 28.
And what the Most High says, there's no reversing it.
That'll be like the incident that happened today about camp. This one brother yesterday said, well, let's make it at 3:30, and then the other one, the younger one, both younger ones, they were both trying to do it early, and I understood why. So one of them works early and he gets out, and then he has to drive all the way to Leno. That's pretty far. And then the other one has to pick up his child pretty soon. So I was like, all right, 3:30, how about that? And then one of them didn't say anything, and then one of them agreed. And then they both made some sort of excuse. One of them, although he had to work, is still an excuse. You know, you chose that over this. That's but you could always do that later. You could always go out to camp later. But before, look, this is what I do. I move everything. I know you did too. I move everything. My wife says, well, we're going to do this. I say, no, we're not today, because I got church. She understands. So what the fuck's wrong with you guys, man? That's crazy. You're not making me mad because you're messing up my schedule. You're making me mad because you're leaning on the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and asking for mercy, but you're not working.
Because the scripture says that the Lord comes first, you know. So if there's something you got to do, you know, you got to try to either get that done before you do the Lord's work, or, you know, postpone it till after.
Just imagine this.
Or, you know, do a video explaining, you know,
The
at least,
situation.
you know.
So imagine, because the Lord said he's going to come back like what? A thief in the night. When a thief comes into your house, you don't expect that shit.
Because remember, this is a promise from the Most High. We don't want to lose this promise, because some are going to fall short from this promise. So this is a race, you know.
Yeah,
If I see the next brother getting ahead of me, I'm gonna try to truck it, you know, and get ahead of him, you know.
Catch up at least.
Because if not, you're not gonna get that promise, you know.
Okay, so my point is like this. Boom, right now, you look up in the heavens and Yahweh is back. Right now. What do you see right now? Only two brothers doing the work. So his family's gonna get saved. Him and his family's gonna get saved. Me and my family's gonna get saved. Imagine that. I don't know, that's all I'm gonna say. Because what does the scripture also say? When the Lord comes back, what will he find his servant doing? So that's all about that. Let's go back to the lesson. Let me read that again. Genesis 4:11. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand.
So it said you're cursed from the earth. So what we want to do is we don't want to defile the earth, because if we defile the earth will curse us, you know. So therefore, you know, if you can go out solo and do a video, you know, camping your town, you know,
Wherever you're at. Verse 12.
Yep.
When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
See, so he's gonna be a fugitive and a vagabond. You know, that's a criminal.
Boom, right there. That's a good point. That's a spirit right there, because the word criminal goes back to the word crimson, which is red, which is Edomite.
That's
So there
right.
you go, baby. Sock it to you right there.
That's a good ass point.
And we're lawyers. We're bringing these accusations up. There's not accusations. They're crimes, and you fit the bill, Esau.
And what he is just like that song, Smooth Criminal. You know, that's what this guy is. He's a smooth criminal. You know, he gets off with everything.
Oh, and there's a lot of pedophile cases going on right now. Tom Hanks is a pedophile. Forrest Gump is a pedophile. I never knew that.
God, and you guys were watching Forrest Gump.
I was watching Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
I was like, man, Jenny's treating him like shit. Leave her, Forrest. Leave Jenny. But you deserve that. Straight up, man. That's wicked shit right there. So that's part of a curse, because you have to do wicked things in order to appease your God. And like on the contrary, we have to do this to appease our God, our power, Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
So when it said you'll be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, there's no changing that, because to us, we were gonna be criminals too. But there's a changing to it, you know. We're gonna come back, you know. But there ain't no coming back to Esau.
It's gonna be like, come back, son. And we're gonna be like, Daddy. For real. Because I was reading on Hosea 2:16, and it said that the Lord's gonna take His name away from us, and we won't call Him Lord. We'll call Him Ishi.
Right? Because the Lord's name's not Jesus, you know. They weren't calling on Jesus.
So that word Ishi means husband. Right? Well, that's like you love somebody. More than that, because I feel like my wife is more than just another person. First of all, she's my property, so I have to take care of her. But she makes more money than me, so she takes care of me. You see, she appreciates me, and I don't have a problem like getting paid and then paying all the bills. I don't care. I'm doing what's necessary. You got food, water. How about you outside? You got water. And everything else is a luxury.
Right after this, it's going back to the work of the world. You know.
We're in the matrix right now. We just plugged in.
Yeah, we're in the matrix right now.
We're just plugged in.
We don't care about nothing but the Lord right now.
We're doing the work right now.
You know.
It's funny, huh? But we really did just plug in. As soon as we set up camp, we got in the matrix, surrounded by passengers in the matrix. Everybody here is in the matrix.
Yep. Everybody's exposed to agents.
Yes, sir, because we're in the system. We're in Esau's system, living system.
Esau is those agents.
Yes, sir. Shit, the Agent Smith.
Yep, the Agent Smith.
So which one? Verse Genesis 4:13. And Cain said unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and Cain knew the name.
Akan, I got to get that definition for Cain right now too.
Oh yeah, get it.
Okay.
So it's important to bring out definitions of names.
That's right. You got to get definitions, man. Cain is Strong's H7014, and it says, eldest son of Adam and Eve, murdered his brother Abel. Now when you go into the etymology, it's gonna say a spear, and that's what Cain is. He's a weapon. That's what the Most High used him as, because there has to be a balance. There has to be good. There has to be evil. That's what the Most High did. He created Cain as an evil person
to do the works of the left-hand side.
Because it's in Samuel 21 and 16. If you want to get a spear. Now keep that in mind, the weapon. Because there has to be a way that the Lord's going to destroy this earth is by a weapon.
26. 1 Samuel 21 verse 16. Well, there is no verse 16. 1 Samuel?
2 Samuel.
2 Samuel 21. Hey, don't even worry about that one, because I had one of those moments today when I was telling you I was reading Hosea, and I went to go look at it in my priest Bible, and it was in Hosea 2 and 18. So I was like looking for 16, and I was tripping out. I was like, what the fuck was happening? And then I kept reading, and I found it in verse 18. So this is 2 Samuel 21, verse 16. Oh, and Ishbi-Benob, which was of the sons of the giant, the weight of whose spear weighed 300 shekels of brass in weight, he being girded with a new sword, thought he have slain David. All right, let me read this one again. 2 Samuel 21 and 16. And Ishbi-Benob, which was of the sons of the giant. Who's the giant? Goliath. The weight of whose spear weighed 300 shekels of brass in weight. He being girded with a new sword, thought to have slain David.
So right there, when you go into the lexicon, that's where it takes you. It's to 2 Samuel 21 and 16. And this is a representation of Cain, which is known as the spear.
So it doesn't matter how big the spear is, does it? Because it could be a little spear, a giant spear, What about the spear that pierced Yahweh's ribs? That was a spear. That was a Roman spear. It just keeps going. It just keeps going on. The crime keeps going on. Because Cain is a criminal. Esau's a criminal. How did this land get taken? Criminal acts.
He's a murderer from the beginning.
That's what we're talking about.
Right.
Come
Yeah.
on.
What we're talking about. So where we at now? 2 Samuel or back to Genesis?
It was in Genesis 4 and
I'm still on it.
we got in 16.
4 and 13 in Genesis. And Cain said unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, my punishment is greater than I can bear.
Yeah, so it was Strong's 8:713 is where it says spear. And it said his punishment is greater than he could bear. Why is that? Because his punishment is all throughout until the end of the world.
So right now,
Yep.
for like 50,000 years.
Man.
And the world is not billions of years old. That's another damn lie Esau tells you.
Yeah.
If you believe that this world is a billion years old, then we're already passed into the kingdom. We're living in the kingdom.
Yeah. This ain't the kingdom for sure.
It's not the kingdom. Chronologically, something's got to give, man. So either the world isn't that old, which scientists are coming around to that, or someone's been lying, and the world is only about 15,000 years old. You going to Genesis, or you want to kill
Read that one again.
This is Genesis 4 and 13. And Cain said unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, my punishment is greater than I can bear.
All right, now get John 18 and 36. Because Yahushai, he didn't even want to fight when he was here, you know? Because he has spiritual power. You know, he was able to manipulate the elements. You know, he didn't need no spear.
And spirits control him. Remember when those demons came at him and said, "We know who you are," and he was like, "She was like, what? Shut up."
So if your punishment is greater than you could bear, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna be wicked as hell. You know, there ain't no saving you.
And that's basically an excuse to keep sinning. My punishment is greater than I can bear.
John 18:36. Yahushua answered, my kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews. But now is my kingdom not from hence.
See, so just like we were saying, this ain't the kingdom, you know, because Yahushua's disciples, they wanted to fight, but he told them back off, you know, because one of his servants cut off the ear of a Roman, but Yahushua put that ear back on by spiritual power.
Yeah, King did it, and Peter did it. King David.
Oh, that's beautiful.
He did it quick too. How do you take someone else's sword? I tell you from training with other people that use guns and shit like that, and then being an instructor in martial arts dojo, that's fucking hard.
Yeah.
That's fucking hard. You know it from judo.
Yeah.
Try taking someone down.
Try taking a gun out of somebody's hand, you know.
A warrior.
It's possible, but you don't want to try that.
It's a trained warrior. Yeah, it is possible if the spirit's with you. But guess what? What did Yahushua say over here? If it was my kingdom, my servants would be willing to fight.
Con. And you got a lot of carnal jakes out here. You know, they think that their little pea shooter is gonna get the job done.
They got guns, but they don't have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to understand how to use those guns. Because you got Esau making guns, putting shit together, grenade launcher. You got a 22 on top of a shotgun, and then a fucking long scope barrel.
Like the what's it, Romulus said, they got shit that they kill you before you even know you're dead. You know, like you're dead before you even know it. Like there's no way you could come up against Esau in his blessing.
Because all the brothers, they were making videos, getting on this one guy who was saying that, you really believe that these UFOs are gonna come and save you, you know. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He was saying, man, Esau got tanks, and how do you think we're gonna overcome this? You know.
And that has
Yeah.
to do with how much you love yourself.
And
Well,
that-
there are so go ahead, bro.
That's just carnal thinking, you know.
Like you said, that just has carnal thinking. That shows how much you love yourself.
I guess they're already coming out with like commercials for recruitment for the Space Force, and that they're supposed to make an announcement in regards to the Space Force. Is like they're saying they want to study life in other planets or whatever, life on other planets, and also imminent threats in regards to
They've been doing that shit.
unidentified
83.
objects. So they know that, so they're not going to tell the people. They know that those vehicles, they're trying to say, oh, it's probably Russia or China that have these aircrafts that are far advanced than us, right?
That's why they have the space station and the satellite dishes, because they want to orbit each other, spy on each other,
So,
and say shit like that.
so you know, the executive branch of the military.
All right, hold on. Let's
Yeah.
get back to the lesson. Let's get back to the lesson.
Oh, brother, you can say what you want.
No, I was just thinking, saying, yeah, this like Esau really thinks he's gonna come up against the chariots, you know?
Because he's a spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna go into to that blessing. So go back to Genesis 4:14.
Genesis 4:14. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me.
See, so he was driven out from the earth. That's forever, you know. And anyone, it says, anyone who finds him is gonna want to slay him, because this guy is so crooked, you know.
Because he can't make friends with anybody. And then he got kicked out of the land of Israel too, of the garden. And that was his face. That was the face of Yahweh Shai at that time.
So it says his face is gonna be hid from the Most High. That's forever.
That's
you
a
know,
blessing.
ain't no changing that.
That's a blessing too, because when if you talk face to face to someone, you know and understand the situation. Like you go to a bank and you ask for a loan, and they're looking at you in your eye and they say, no, you didn't qualify. But if you're waiting online for an answer, you're never gonna get no damn answer. You're never gonna hear what you want to hear.
Hold on, Dad, or unless you got a preset.